Hey, good morning. It's another Saturday in Guelph, mid-September. This has to be the end of garage sale season by now. There's about 15 sales this morning, and definitely a lot quieter. It had been really cold last week, probably like 15 degrees. This morning, it's actually quite warm, 25. It's supposed to go up to like 35 today, so it's going to be a really warm day. Got it this morning about 7:30. There was actually some early morning sales. Usually this late in the season, you'd see them starting later. But got out, and a few ads actually advertised video games and collectibles and video game consoles, which I thought was interesting. So I targeted those first in terms of where I was going, so to make sure I was there before everyone else. So it worked out. So we found some really cool stuff. So I'm going to go through those, and I think the first part of this video is going to be video game focused, and the next part's going to be music and vinyl and cassettes, but we'll see. So first item is Intellivision handheld plug and play. I have a few of these. I usually pick them up for $1. This one I think was $2. I sell them for anywhere from 5 to 15, depends what kind of mood I'm in, I guess, more than anything. But anyway, it has I think it's 10 classic Intellivision games on this system. It takes a couple batteries. Anyway, they work pretty well, and I usually just keep them in the garage, or for plugging into the TV in the garage, or flip them, as I said. Another Intellivision related item, which I've never seen before, and it's a bit of an oddity, but it's a LCD game. You can see it there. And it has cartridges, so you actually turn the disc here, if I can do it, and the game pops out. So this one is Sea Battle, and it's a weird system to actually get those back in. Anyway, it's just making a noise. Can't see that on camera. Turn that off, and then it came with a couple other games. So Black Belt Castle and Hover Force. So anyway, kind of odd. I bought this as part of a big lot. So I think that was $4 or something. Gameboy Advance SP case. That was $1. Just kind of a neat item. PlayStation Final Fantasy 9. And that, unfortunately, didn't do my own checking, is missing a disc. So anyway, that was $1, so it doesn't matter, I guess, but still, always check. And I broke my own rule. Another PlayStation game. I own several of these, but I always pick them up. This is $1. Pinball Hall of Fame Gottlieb collection. Great selection of pinball games. As you can see, I'm in my pinball room right now. So this has, I should know this because I play this all the time, but oh, it's got a memory card in it too, so that's cool. Memory card. I didn't even check this one. Again, didn't check. Yeah, so this has Ace High, Central Park, Big Shot, Genie, Black Hole, Victory, and Teed Off. I think I own 2 copies of this, but for $1 I'm going to grab it for sure. Mod Nation Racers for PS3. This was 50 cents. Uncharted, the first Uncharted, 50 cents. And Motorstorm, 50 cents. So I grabbed those PS3 titles. I'll probably just flip them, I think, for $1. Double my money, I guess. N64 memory cards. So this was actually at an interesting sale where I found, I'll get to that in a second, but this was 50 cents, so I grabbed that. Oh, that was part of the PS3 game right there, so they were all 50 cents each, including the memory card. The other item, Nintendo Game Boy 4-play splitter. This came with the F1 race in a bundle. I'm not sure if this actually came with any other games, but I think I have one of these already, so I'll probably have this one up for sale. I don't know if anyone really pays a lot for these. They're kind of just one of those odd Nintendo accessories. Oh yeah, so at the garage sale with the N64 memory card was possibly one of the dirtiest Super Nintendos I've ever seen. So this is nice and yellow, on the top. I don't know if it works. Actually, the flap won't even go down. That's probably not a good sign. We'll take it apart and clean it up and see. No power cords at all. No AV cords. I have lots of them around, so that's not a big deal. Oh, there we go. Just the power button was locked in a weird spot, so it looks pretty grimy. We'll see. And controller. Anyway, that was $10. So it was $10 for the N64, the PS3 games, and the memory card for 50 cents each. So $12. So that's fine. I'll pay $10 for Super Nintendo, and we'll try and clean it up. The other item, we're really happy to find this actually. Game Boy. This isn't a newbie case, I guess. It's a Nextsoft case. Anyway, the guy had 15 on it, and it turns out, I thought it was just for the case, it actually has Game Boy in it, and it has the typical vertical lines, he said, which is fine. I can fix that. So I haven't actually looked at this yet. It's screen's kind of rough, but this would be, oh, there's a bonus game. That's sweet. Super Mario Land. I didn't even see that. Jeez, I'm not checking anything today. So that's sweet. $15. Game Boy case. I actually just wanted the case. And Game Boy. So this will be a good candidate for maybe a DMG mod or something. Put a new case on it, new shell, new screen, new glass screen, backlight it, and we'll see. But I'll fix the vertical lines first. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Happy with that. That'll clean up nice. I have a bigger version of this same case. Yeah, so that was cool. And that was kind of where the garage sale led into non-video game related items. A really rough copy of Tommy the Who from the Who. So this has Pinball Wizard on it. And it's really rough shape. I think this was like 50 cents. So anyway, add that to the collection. I may already have it, but for that price, I just grabbed it. Vintage Topps Back to the Future 2 cards, a complete set from what I can tell, 88 cards, stickers. So I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I will definitely add this to the collection and put it on my Back to the Future shelf. And yeah, that was $2. I got this as part of a bigger deal, so the price kind of came down a little bit after we negotiated. It's from a fellow garage sailor in Guelph who I recognized, and he was kind of just paring down some of his collection. Return of the Jedi storybook. So this is pretty awesome. This should be vintage 83, and it is. He just threw that in as part of the other items I bought with the Game Boy and everything. So I like to just put these on the shelf and display them. Kind of cool vintage book. Then the rest of it from that garage sale was cassettes. So some real awesome titles here, and I'm gonna go through them. So if you're not interested in hearing about cassette tapes, you could certainly not watch the rest of the video, but otherwise there's some pretty awesome 80s and 90s titles in here. So we'll just start running them off. So Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison, awesome. Technotronic, flip on this. I used to love this band, if I can call it a band. Naughty by Nature. This is a classic. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, in this corner. Criss Cross, Totally Crossed Out. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two. Dance Mix 93. House of Pain, House of Pain. This should have Jump Around on it. And it does. Awesome. KLF, The White Room. I feel like I know a song on here. Oh yeah, 3 AM Eternal. Anyway, that was probably the one I probably should have left behind. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. I think I picked this up last week, so now I have 2 copies. Maximilian, This has lots of kind of classic, I guess these are club songs, but anyway. CNC Music Factory, Gonna Make You Sweat. Spin Doctor's Pocket Full of Kryptonite. Milli Vanilli, lip syncing wonders. Girl, you know it's true. Pink Floyd. And MC Hammer, Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em. Awesome, glad to find that. Blind Melon, awesome tape as well. Another great one, Stone Temple Pilots. And another great one, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. And what else? Snap. So this should have I Got the Power on it, I believe. Yep. And Arrested Development, another awesome cassette. 3 years, 5 months, 6 months, 2 days in the life of 5 months. Fine Young Cannibals. A Fellow Pinballer, Bare Naked Ladies. Gordon. Another Hammer, Too Legit to Quit. And 2 weeks in a row, Vanilla Ice, To the Extreme. Picked this up earlier this week. So that's pretty awesome. Boys to Men, Cooley High Harmony. There's a lot of cassettes. Here, we'll get into this stuff. My wife will appreciate this. New Kids on the Block, Step by Step. New Kids on the Block, No More Games. New Kids on the Block, the Christmas album. I think she has all these on the shelf or is missing one. So anyway, New Kids on the Block, Hanging Tough. And New Kids on the Block, New Kids on the Block. So if she doesn't have them, she has them all now. Neil Young, Harvest. Great album. Awesome to find this. Soundgarden, Super Unknown. Some Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. This is cool. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. So Value Village sells cassettes for about 99 cents. They've recently got into the cassette game in terms of upping their prices. So you're seeing stuff like that. Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon listed for anywhere from $10 to $20, which is crazy. They're trying to, I think, get in on that. But anyway, I'm glad to add to the collection. Black Sabbath, Live at Last. And, another classic, Rex and Effects, Hard or Smooth. And, yeah, this is with Rump Shaker, in case you weren't sure. So, another sweet 90s club jam. That is it for cassettes and all my pickups for today. It's probably out for about 2 hours. So anyway, the cassettes and the Game Boy and the Return of the Jedi book and the Back to the Future card were all part of a deal. The total on his price ended up being like $68. So we agreed at $55. So that's under $1 for the cassettes, which is fine. And the Game Boy's happy fine. So I think I spent more today than I've spent all summer. I typically don't spend more than $30. So anyway, spending money on cassettes is kind of funny, but I kind of just tuck them away now in the collection, and we'll see if the value grows. And I'm doubtful that I would ever sell them, but it's cool little items to find. So that was quite the lot. And that is pretty much it. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.